Hey, Jonathan from Buffalo Modular, and I'm here on set day of our first Barndominium house that we'll be setting. A lot of people have been asking, hey, can I go walk through one of these? Do you guys have one of these done? Here's the first one going up right now as we speak. So as you can see behind me, the two boxes have been set. This is about 1,200 square feet, and we'll take a look through some other aspects of the house here. So you can see right now, they're actually lifting the roof up over the vaulted ceiling portion, okay? So this house is about a 712 pitch on this roof, and there's going to be a vaulted ceiling over the living room, dining room, kitchen space of this house. And you can see this massive, massive basement here as well. This is a 10-foot superior wall. We did another video on the walls being set here, and it's a walkout basement. You can see they got a beautiful pond behind here, and they'll probably finish some living space in that basement as well. And then if you look over here, you can see where the future garage is going to be, hence that Barndominium sort of idea. Now this house, being a Barndominium, comes standard with a black window. You'll have vertical siding as standard, metal roof, and a 9-foot sidewall, which means that that if you want to vault it like they're doing here, you can certainly do that. But if you want to just stick with a flat ceiling throughout the house, you got a 9-foot ceiling throughout that first floor of the house, which is really fantastic. So here you get a better look of the roof and how exactly this works. So the roof is shipped flat on top of the house. You can see the roof here laying flat on the house, but you can see it's got a notch in here, and it's actually going to be angled up, and they're going to set it up as we tip the roof up right now. These eaves were flipped back on top of the house, so they just flip those forward so that they can, serve their function as the eaves. You can actually see, you can make it out, there's an electrical line coming down for some soffit lighting that's going to be on this house as well. And so then over here, you can see there's some portions of the roof and the these vertical walls right above the ceiling height that are going to be set here as we're continuing to set the house. Okay, so we are here on the other side of the house now, and you can see, this house towers above us right here between the 10-foot basement and the 9-foot first floor on this house. It looks enormous from here, partially because usually this portion of a house is underground, but being a walkout basement, this is going to be, there's going to be, obviously you can see a whole bunch of earth here that needs to get backfilled up against the walls once the floor is poured in the basement. And after the house has been set, which is happening right now, of course, right? And so you can see that they framed out this walkout portion on site. And so the rest of the walls are superior walls. And so this is usually just a kind of circumstantial as to what makes most sense, whether it makes more sense to continue along with superior walls for your walkout basement, or it makes more sense to frame this out. It's just a conversation that we need to have and figure out, what's the lot situation and things like that. But you can see we got a sliding glass door here. And then if you saw the door on the other side, just to, clarity, we'll come back to this house as it's closer to being finished, but this is going to be a whole wraparound deck from this side all the way over here to this side. So it's going to be a huge porch on the back side of this house that's going to follow a very similar roof line to what the roof line of the house is. So you can see they're actually setting the eave right now and see what that looks like, okay? And so they'll tip up this roof here. You can see from the other side of the house, that roof system looked a little different. And so that's because the difference between the vaulted ceiling roof system and how it's engineered versus the flat ceiling roof system and how that's engineered. So they come a little differently in how they work. But if you can see up through here, you can see that as they hinge up this roof, there's going to be a huge vaulted ceiling portion in here. We'll try to see if we can walk through the house here as well. It doesn't always work out just because of the lot situations and things like that, but I think we'll be able to walk through this one today. So we are standing in the basement. As you can see, the floor has not been poured yet, but you can see superior walls all around me, right? And there's going to be a door here, big window here, window over here, and then you have walkout basement over here as well. So you got the cutout for the door, and then these are some big windows that are going to be in here as well. So it's going to be beautiful space, a lot of light in here for a basement, which, obviously the walkout really is the thing that allows for that. But I wanted to point out, you got a big I-beam in here, okay? So this I-beam has been put in to eliminate some of the support, the vertical supports that are needed on the center line of the house. So this house comes, as most houses do, that are around the size, you're gonna come as two sections. So you got one section over here and one section over here. And so where they come together, you need to support that with some vertical supports. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. And so the I-beam has eliminated the need to do any more over here, which is really great because it's gonna allow for a really similar floor plan whenever they choose to finish this, a very similar floor plan to what's upstairs above us, where you have the living room, kitchen space right here. So it's gonna be great in terms of its finished space down here whenever that happens. So you can see they got the panel box that was delivered along with the house. It was attached to the house, and then they just drop it down. You know, you can see they hung it from the, you know, from the floor joist here and set it down so that the electrician can hang it in the basement. And then you can see all your cross connects between the two sections here run down as well. And so they'll, you know, connect those together. You can actually see here, if you look closely, one of those connections and what those look like. Two more things to see here in the basement. I wanted to show you the rough plumbing that was run here and then also over here for future kitchen and bathroom. Oh, sorry, over here as well. Future kitchen and bathrooms in this space. And so that plumbing was run in advance. And you can see it's all run through the stone. And then when they come through here with the concrete, they'll pour it flush with these pads here. So it will be one single level all the way through here. These don't come up or anything like that. They just sit in here in the stone, and then the concrete is going to come in and finish that out. If you remember seeing from our basement video of this house, when the Superior Walls basement was going in, here is that that support that we saw going into the underside of the Superior Walls. If you remember seeing in that video, you could see actually where the sections were coming together, and you saw them set this you know, big concrete block underneath this. So this is where it was all dug out lower, and you can see actually right down here, you can see the perimeter frost wall, because this portion will be exposed, and then the rest of this is all going to be underground. Okay, so these windows and stuff are going to be underground. They'll need to put window wells in here and that sort of thing. But the frost wall came down below that another 4 feet. So here you can see they're putting up these vertical panels that sit on the top of the house. So that's where the windows will be for the vaulted ceiling portion. They went with more of a rectangular shaped window up there and kind of the stacked pattern, which I actually really like a lot. Most people do the trapezoid window. Some people do like an archtop window. This is just a different approach towards that, which I think is going to look really, really great. But they're putting that panel in now, and you can see them over here picking up with the crane another section right now, right? So you see that's the shorter piece that'll go in right there, and then there'll be another panel that goes in just like that one as well, and then they'll pick up the rest of the roof and put that in also. Here you can see the LVLs that they'll be setting here to support this roof on this vaulted ceiling portion here. You can see them lowering them down in right now to be set. So right now they're actually connecting the sections of the house together, and you can barely see the crane up there actually. They're still putting the roof together on this, but you can see there's this temporary ceiling in here just for the purpose of transport, but it'll actually make it a little bit easier to finish that vaulted ceiling because then it gives you something to stand on. You don't need to bring any scaffolding in, which is kind of nice. Here you can see they're actually lowering a piece of the center point of the roof on right now and setting it down in place here. So they'll do that through the rest of the roof, and then they'll deck it and sheet it. So as you can see behind me, they have the entire roof structure up at this point in time, and so they just need to finish decking it and sheathing it, and then later on there's going to be a metal roof going on in this house, because over here is a 31 by 50 foot garage coming off the front. You can see the street behind me here, so the garage is going to be street side, and then off the other side there's going to be a big wraparound porch off the back side where those big windows are and stuff. So this is going to be an amazing house when this thing is all done. All right, so we are up top now, and you can see It's actually kind of a decent amount of storage space up here, which is kind of nice. So this is the panel for the wall space here, and then you have these two panels over here that are going to go in here. They'll go right in these spaces here, right? And then you have the windows going in for the vaulted space here. So you can see the electrical has all been run. So all in here, you can see they got this temporary ceiling roof system here in here just for the purpose of shipping. So all this comes out so that you can vault this whole space. So you can see a little bit of drywall right here, and then this will carry up. Let's see if you can see it here. There you go. So you can see they'll carry up the drywall. All this insulation will get carried up all the way up to that ceiling there. So all of this comes out. All of this is all temporary right here. Okay, that's just there for shipping purposes, and that's it. So you can see right now they're just finishing up the ice shield up top, and they're finishing up being able to seal this up with Tyvek and that. And so they're coming down. You can see they're kind of pulling it down. What's already been done, they're pulling it down over top of the room joist. So that wraps up our set day here on this Barndominium. You can see that they're just taping around the windows right now for that the vaulted ceiling portion there that they just put in. Ice shield is on the roof. Later on, when the porch and the garage go on, we'll show you those as well. They'll do the roof then. On this, it's gonna have a metal roof on here, but this house is gonna be incredible. So as always, leave a comment below with any questions that you have on this, on Barndominiums, on your project, on walkout basements, anything that you see in here that you got a question on, please reach out, and don't hesitate to reach out about your building project. I better not. I'm really nervous about that.